independent wrestling circuit and cameos. Thank you so much for the request here with these three random questions. I have never done wrestling before, but I'd love to try. So if you know where I would want to go to try that out, let me know. Or if you have a page I can follow where I can get some tips, also very curious. So you got three random questions here. I'm going to dive right into them. So your first question, how long have you been playing guitar and instruments? So I started playing guitar when I was 12 years old. I was not a very musical kid, even though I had all these pictures of me like holding the big classical and whatnot. I didn't know that my dad was a singer in a band. I didn't know that my mom was a flautist, but my grandma got me tickets to a Bryan Adams concert for Christmas. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I went to the event and I could have cried on command. It was emotionally very moving, and overnight my life changed. I went home from that show, dug up that classical that I was holding when I was a kid. It had maybe 4 strings on it. It didn't matter to me. I just started noodling on it and figuring out little melodies. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Dad taught me my first couple chords, and it was the rest is history. When I got to high school, after that summer, I joined everything possible. It was jazz band, choir, concert band. I played trumpet. I had a band outside of that called Eye Level. We were like a blues rock, Colin James type vibe. And then post-secondary, I actually became a band teacher, where you learn to play all the instruments in a concert band to some degree. And, you have like your keyboard musicianship courses, all of that. So you're doing all of it. And then outside of that, I was working on my songwriting, my guitar playing, my recording and production, all of that stuff with other guys. So I was a very musical human being ever since 12. So I guess that's about 26 years now, which is crazy to me to think about. Second question, how is working for Faber Drive? My goodness. It is incredible, in a word, in the sense that there is so much more going on behind the scenes that people don't really see. And these guys are the hardest working people I have ever met. And I had a painting business while I was teaching with 2 other partners. I had a business of my own after I left teaching, doing real estate. So I've met a lot of people in business, and nobody works as hard as these guys do. And we push each other to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be, not only in the music business and with our craft, but also just in our personal lives as well. So I'm very grateful to have the boys as friends and business partners and fellow musicians in the group that we play in. It's an absolute honor, and I don't take it for granted to be invited to anything that I'm invited to. I'm just grateful to be there with anything they were doing. And it was always like that before I was actually kind of in the band. I'd be, working on a poster for them or helping them set up and tear down for something. Just always happy to be a part of it, because ultimately I was just a huge fan of the music, and a very, being a musical person and a fan of their music, and then a buddy to them before any of this happened. It just kind of all just came together and really made sense in a beautiful way. So yeah, how is working with Faber Drive? To say it's incredible when I reflect on it. 3, who would be your dream band to open up for? Initially, when I saw this, I thought one of the best live bands I've ever seen would be cool, like The Darkness, Shinedown, Airborne. And then it kind of shifted to, well, now that we're kind of in the Faber Drive world, It would probably make more sense if the crowd was into the headliner. So someone like Simple Plan, for example. And that's actually happening at Sauble Beach this summer, and I am extremely looking forward to that show. I don't know if you're out that way. You said you saw them in Chatham, Ontario. I will have to, or I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But that'd be cool if you could make it out to the Sauble Beach show. I'm not sure where that is. The Chatham. I think the other Sauble Beach is in Hepworth. I'll have to Google that after I finish this to see if that's even possible. But you should definitely come out to that. That's going to be a really cool night in September. Anyway, I am babbling on now, and I just want to say thank you again for the questions here. And I really sincerely hope that something good has happened to you today and will happen to you again tomorrow. Cheers.